Hello, everybody. Um, this morning, I want to get straight into it, but there's some concerning things about the case altogether, and I wanted to get to it ASAP. And I may have a different take on this than others may have, simply because I'm seeing this from a different lens. Um, I'm not going to get into the details of it. We'll talk about what it's about. But because I'm going at it from a different angle, this is going to go in a direction I don't think many people, I haven't heard many people talk about it from this perspective, which is sad, to say the least. It's sad. So after having looked at this, um, I noticed a very disturbing thing, um, and that is network that supposedly is a Christian environment has not dealt with this particular issue in a Christian way. Um, this has become a problem. Um, this has become a issue now that pervades Christianity, I guess, if you want to call it that, but the so-called church more than anything else. So to break things down just quickly for those of you who are not in the know about the Daystar debacle, and if you're not aware of what Daystar is, they're a Christian network. Okay, let's be frank. They're not a Christian network. They're a network of people that call themselves Christian, use the name God, and have nothing to do with him. Let's just be frank. I'm not going to play no games, no semantics. I'm not playing the games that people like Marcus Rogers wants to play and call these people brothers and sisters and all that nonsense. I'm not doing that. Um, they are not. They are not godly. Nothing about them espouses the gospel. Nothing about them pushes anything godly. Nothing about them reaches people the correct way for God. So I'm not going to call them a Christian organization. They're an entertainment industry under the guise of Christianity. And what they have going is a system of control, not only over their family, but all those that are under them. Now, this whole thing came about because the son, Jonathan, has espoused that his child was SA'd by someone in the family, and it was covered up by the family and in part Daystar. Um, it came to light when he decided to try and leave Daystar, and then they had him sign an NDA, or tried to have him sign an NDA. He decided not to sign the NDA, and we are where we are now because of a family feud and an alleged SA situation, and the inability for the family to come forward with the facts and information. Now, to answer your question, Lynn, I don't care if he's lying or not. That's not my issue here. My bigger issue is, why not just take the whole thing, if it is indeed an SA on a child, take it to the police. This going to the media and having this one report on it and having all these stories out about what's going on with Daystar money and what's happening with NDAs and why you can't talk about the industry, why you can't talk about what happens with Daystar, all of this crap, all that extra stuff. If the child was indeed abused, both Jonathan and Joni are trash human beings, and they deserve to be 10 feet under the jail. I don't care if it's his daughter. You're a horrible father. Jonathan, you are the worst of the worst parent. If you are going on TV after TV after interview after saying your child was abused, That is the biggest issue here, that you are a stinking, horrible father. You and your wife are trash people. It's a blinking soap opera is what you're doing to your child. Imagine you being this child. After having been sexually abused, you have your parents going on TV and interviews and talking to this one about this one, not talking about everything but your abuse. What kind of a disgusting human being do you have to be and still call yourself a Christian? Don't care. Let them. Let them. Let them be so Christian to sue. I hope they do it. This is insane to me. Everybody's talking about how this is going on in Daystar and this money here. I've watched tons of videos of people talking about how to be handled. How should we talk about it? What's happening in Daystar? How the mother talks about the son, how the son talks about the mom, how the NDA was this and how the ending, what the story is here and what the story, and nobody's talking about the fact that all the adults are trash people for ignoring the fact that a child was harmed. That is the biggest slap in the face to any person that survived SA. This is insane to me on many levels. They go on podcast after podcast, Jonathan and his wife, I mean, wanting to be the good guys in this because they're exposing Daystar. And it goes from my mother or my person in, okay. Now hear me out, S. True. I don't know who you are, and I frankly don't care. And it's not a stretch. Did you hear anything about the child? In all of the crap you've heard on the internet, have you heard anybody expound on what the child is going through to this point yet? Have you? Since you want to talk so boldly and tell me I don't know them, but apparently you know them, because apparently if I'm wrong, you must know something right? You must know something more than me. You must have seen something about the child being brought to the courts and having them put in some sort of a protection, right? You've seen that? You tell me where you've seen that. And if you know them, go talk to them. Don't stay here. I'll say what I want to say because this is my platform. Joni Lamb and all of them are disgusting, stinking, trifling, worthless human beings. And I will continue to say that as long as I have breath. Joni and his wife, Joni and her husband, Jonathan and his wife, all of them are trash human beings. Every last one of them. They're disgusting. And they're not believers. They're not Christians. All this trash talk about, the entire thing is garbage. Just like Daystar. They're all Satan worshipers. None of them follow God. None of them. Back in 2011, there was a whole sexual harassment thing that happened then, and Daystar still thrived. The husband was under scrutiny for sexual harassment back then. I didn't see nobody like you come to talk about him. I ain't forgiven nothing. They didn't charge it. They didn't trespass against me. They didn't trespass against me. They trespassed against God. I don't need to forgive Jack. I ain't got nothing to forgive. Not a single thing do I need to forgive. Okay, so tell me what my crap is. S, what is my crap? Tell me. Since you know me so well, what is my crap? Come on, tell me what my crap is. I'm waiting. Since you seem to know so much, you're such an investigator, and you know the lambs so well, you must have been one of their victims, huh? Or you might have been one of the people that was perpetrating crimes on people. Is that you? Is that why you're here to defend them so well? Did they hire you? Huh? Are you one of the people that goes around and doing stuff to people? Is that why you're here to defend these disgusting human beings? Is that you? Since you know my heart so well, what is mine? Tell me what my crap is. Go ahead. You tell me. You said it. Everyone has crap, even you. What is my crap? I'm waiting. Tell me what my crap is. Come on, True. Tell me what my crap is. Since you're here to defend your boyfriend and your girlfriend, tell me, what is my crap? I'm still waiting for you to say it. Since you want to pass out judgment, right? You say you don't judge. This is you judging. What is my crap? You said you don't judge, but you're judging right now. So tell me what my crap is, since you know so well. I'm waiting. Aren't you the one that says don't judge? Isn't that what you just said? Come on, tell me what my crap is. No. Don't deflect now, you monkey. Don't deflect. What is my crap? You said it. You told me everyone has crap, even you. What is my crap? Oh, anger is my crap. Because I'm seeing people ignoring a child being abused, I'm angry. I should be angry, and I'm fine with being angry. Now tell me where my crap is. Because the Bible said to be angry and sin not. Show me where my sin is. Show me. I'm still waiting for you to tell me what my crap is. What's your crap? You're a lesbian or homosexual? Which one are you? Or you say you're a lesbian. I got it. You're a lesbian. I get it. Thank you for letting me know that you wish you were in a relationship with Joni Lamb. Thank you for telling me that. Thank you. Now we know. Now we know. Always a defender. Just because you've been married doesn't mean you can't be gay? Huh? Tell me one good thing that Daystar has done with their money. I will wait for you to name me one good thing that Daystar has done with their money. Tell me anything that Daystar has done for God. Yeah, keep typing the same thing, you stupid idiot. I'll just block you. These brain-dead buffoons. They either come to defend Billy or they come to defend somebody that they say is a Christian, and they can't tell me one Christian thing these people have done. Not one. All these platforms, especially this just jack tool right here, I'm going to show you. Like I keep telling you, these people are performative. They do not care about anything but themselves. This Marcus Rogers fool, right? Now remember, everything he does is performative. This is his statement about it because he knows so much. The interview is up. Hey guys, I see the back and forth. I've been up all night looking at all the information. As I said, when I went to Joni, it was not to interrogate or to investigate her about Julie Roy's report. It was to be fair and to do the biblical thing to hear both sides. So all I did was ask her questions based on the general timeline of the story. All the other stuff was discussed privately because they wanted to give me their evidence. Their evidence? I thought this was all about a child. I was fully sure that this whole thing kicked off because a child was abused. That's what I had heard initially, this was about a child, an accusation of a child being SA'd. All of a sudden now, this has nothing to do with the law, because the last time I checked too, a child being SA'd is something to do with the law, is it not? If that took place, should this not be something to take before the courts and have that person arrested? I understand you guys heard Jonathan and Susie's sides from that from other places, but we didn't really discuss any of that in my interview with them or really in that day. My only goal was to let them use my platform to speak out for their daughter. You you know, it has been a baffling thing to me that these adults are willing to go on platforms to speak about a possible damaging physical interaction with their child by an adult instead of staying quiet and taking it to the courts. You now expect me to believe that you care so much about your child that you're willing to blast this all over the internet when she's there privy to hearing everybody's statement about it. And every chance they get, they're in front of camera talking about something other than. This clown continues. See if I can enlarge it so people don't say I'm not reading what he actually said. My only goal is to let them use my platform to speak up for their daughter. I didn't go down as their reporter. I didn't go down there as to interrogate them. So I did not do that with Joni either. I let both sides share. I got text messages and emails and everything you can think of from both sides. And so, yes, I will make a third video presenting that. You have information. Listen to me carefully, people. He has information about a child possibly being essayed at a Christian establishment, and you go make a video. That's the extent of your reach there, Marcus, to make a video. Make a video. Not say, hey, I'm turning this evidence over to the police because if their parents are not going to do something and Daystar isn't going to do something, I'm going to do something. No, no, you're going to make a video. Because you know why you're looking for it to get anointed, right? So you can get all kinds of views. Is that what you're doing? Huh? You trifling Negro, you. These people are disgusting him. Look, I don't care how you flip this. I don't care how you flip this. None of them are operating as though they're parents or grandparents. This is insane. All in an effort to keep face. All in an effort to keep face. The very last thing they should be doing is taking this public. Didn't want to do that. I don't know why you did that. I have no idea why you would do that. You want to expose Daystar, expose Daystar. That should be a completely different issue. But you said your child was essayed. If your child was essayed, that should be the only thing you should be talking about, period, point blank. Forget the rest of the internal nonsense that happened at Daystar. Forget all of this tax this and money that and what you use for anniversary and what you use for not anniversary and forget all of that. Your child was essayed. Nobody gives two craps about what else happens at Daystar. To begin with, they're not a Christian organization. So let's just get that off the table. They're not. I don't care how much they say they are. I don't care how much they try to proclaim they're not. They are about money. They are all about money. This has always been about money for them. Because if it was about God, Joni wouldn't be the head. Joni would not be the leader of Daystar if this was about God. But continue, please, Marcus. I've literally been up all night going through every report, every audio, every text, every email. Please understand, I am the only one who got direct information from both sides. Everybody else got he said, she said. Nobody played me, nobody paid me. I was advised to do the biblical thing here and hear both sides. I didn't go to interrogate either party. Like I said before, I thought I was stepping into a pool and I feel like an ocean. And it's like something out of a soap opera. Really, you think? You think. So now, unfortunately, I have to shift all of this he said, she said stuff. I've been up all night, and you said that before. You said that you were up all night. And you'll see just how performative Marcus is in a minute. I've been up all night and didn't even go home. So the interview is finally uploaded. Took all night, but remember, all it is hearing her side. It's not an interrogation because everything y'all wanted me to interrogate her about, they had showed me evidence beforehand. I needed to go back and talk to Jonathan and Susie about what about that we never discussed. I have to hear it directly from both sides. I can't apologize to those of you who can't seem to understand that. There is plenty of stuff I couldn't have interrogated Jonathan and Susie about, but I didn't because that is not what this is about at this moment. Now I'm sitting here all night texting both sides of the family, trying to get a clear understanding, and it's a mess. Now you want to see how important Marcus is and how self-absorbed this man is? Because my integrity is so important to me, I have been here all night listening to every leaked audio, taking notes, going over every piece of evidence, and I have from both sides, which nobody else can say they went directly to both parties and got. I stepped into a pool and I fell into it. You said that multiple times in your first post or in your most recent post. Watch this. I wasn't trying to be a journalist. I wasn't trying to be a voice for a child whom people said her sexual abuse was being covered up. I was trying to be a voice of a child, but just listen, watch this. Now I'm listening to audios about car trackers, adultery, who is going to be the next president, who is Jezebel, who isn't, which pastor approves, which pastor doesn't, audio with cuss words, audio with blatant lies in them, fighting over money, platforms, positions. I got people slandering me, saying I got paid because I did the biblical thing and wanted to hear both sides out from the sources. I'm not getting to I'm not going to say I bit off more than I can chew because I can handle anything. But it seems I have entered into a real-time Christian soap opera that could be on television. And all I cared about was the child. Sure sounds like it. Yeah. Every pastor you can think of has called me. Different opinions. Everyone isn't on the same page. Some agree with one side and others with the other side. And I'm listening to all the conflicting opinions. I don't want to continue as me. I don't want to continue as me. Just let me load my stuff, man. I hate this stupid thing. I'm going to read it on his other side. No, that's too long. I ain't reading all that. But I do want to show you the picture that he has posted because he wanted everybody to know he's been up all night. Right? He wanted everybody to know he's been up all night. So this is the picture he puts up. I've been up all night. Oh, look at me all tired on the couch. Oh my goodness. I've been doing so much. Don't forget to get that flag in the background too. Oh my goodness. Oh, wow. Oh. But you're about the child. Right? You're about the child. The entire statement you made was about how much you know and how much you got in and what you did and how up you were and all up and you. 3 lines. This is about the kid. Everything else, I stayed up all night. I've been up all night. I've been researching, reading everything. It's about the child. Everything. It's about the child. Did you turn any of the stuff you heard that was about the child over to the authorities instead of making a video about it? Because if you did uncover anything about actual essay on that child, none of it should be published. Not a lick of the information you found should be published. Not a word should be sent out. That should be turned over to the authorities first, not the public. Take, for instance, this case with Jay-Z being accused of assault. You know what you didn't hear? The name of the child. You know what you didn't hear? Any of the details of the full details of the case. You heard the incident. You heard it. Yep. Okay, good. Nothing more. The rest is going into what? Evidence. The rest is going into what? The case. But no, y'all out here talking about everything happening at Daystar at the expense of the child. At the expense of this child. I wouldn't be doing a single interview. I would be protecting my child's access to the public with everything in me. I wouldn't talk to Joni. I wouldn't talk to anybody in Daystar. I would keep my evidence and take it to the authorities and leave it there. And then once justice was found for my child, I would do my dead level best to bring down Daystar. That would be the process. Get justice for my child first, then get rid of Daystar. My second goal would be absolutely demolishing that demonic house. Getting rid of it 100%. Smashing it to the floor. Dissipating every bit of income they have and releasing it. Any dirt I had on anyone, you could be my mother or I wouldn't care. If the kinds of things that you're saying that your mama did, you're just going to make interviews about it, you're an idiot. If you're saying your mother did the kinds of things she did, you're a clown, Jonathan. You're a fool, and you've been brainwashed by your mom, and that means you're an adult fool. And Joni is a disgusting manipulator if that's the case. But that's secondary. All of that is secondary. It's secondary because the first priority for everyone involved, including if Johnny and her husband were unaware of it and they didn't agree with it, they should be on the side of their son, finding out who did it within the organization and putting them behind bars. That has not happened. Instead, they're feuding and fighting over money, fighting over NDAs and who should listen to who and who shouldn't listen to who and what adultery this, and the kids just getting pushed to the side. Now, the whole thing is enveloped in this stinking drama about the whole industry and what does this mean for Christianity and all this crap when they don't even represent Christianity. They're about money. They're about influence peddling. They're a garbage organization. Nothing about them is about the gospel. For people thinking I'm getting too harsh on them, I want you to think about this for just 1 second. That's all I want you to do, is think about this for a second. This entire issue is as a result of somebody saying something to their parents, a child. Now, either you believe your child or you don't. Okay, that's first. You either believe your child or you don't. And if you believe your child, then no matter what anybody else says, it's true. So regardless, I'm going to bring this comment up. Do not forget, Joni talked to the child in the beginning and she shut down. So the first police report had to be closed, but now it has been reopened. If I knew my child was telling the truth, the last person, and this took place, the last person I would go talk to at all would be Joni. You've lost that opportunity to talk to me. The next person you're going to be talking to are the police. The next person you'll be speaking to is a detective. And I will do everything in my power to get exactly what needs to be gotten. If what is said is true, that you tried to curtail her statements, oh, trust and believe me, you could have been my mom. You could be my closest friend. You going down. You doing that to my kid? Nah, fool, miss me. Miss me with that. And you call yourself the leader of a Christian organization? You can be Christian in jail. You can be a Christian in jail. Go hang out with the rest and convert them. Go to jail and convert them, because you're not going to be out free. You are not going to be free. And I'm not going to take no stupid interviews with some podcasters about my situation with Daystar when my child has not seen justice. I would be silent. Here's a stupid thing about doing those types of interviews. It proves that you don't really care. And if you do care, it makes it look like you don't care. I wouldn't meet with anybody from Daystar. They're the ones that are responsible. I will let the detectives handle that. Let the courts handle that. Let everybody else who they cannot manipulate handle that. They don't have nothing over the police. They can't tell the police not to do something. They can't give the police an NDA. Whether he signed it or not, they can't do none of that to the cops. They have to divulge. And then when they don't divulge, they're in more trouble. Proving innocence without proving guilt without doing something. That's what I would do. Find justice for my child first, then go after Daystar. Stop talking to podcasters, news agencies, people getting your face in front of the camera, trying to get your story about what happened with Daystar. Get all that out your stupid head. If you're going to listen to something sensible for a change, Jonathan. Listen to something sensible. Stop. You are a father. A father first. And you told people your daughter was abused. How in the world are you going to be doing this when you're supposed to be the protector? Man up! Stop being a sissy. Find your spine, your nuts, something. You're out there letting a woman who is not your wife. You're supposed to leave your parents and cleave to your wife. You're an independent human being now. You don't owe the allegiance, especially if your mother is conducting something nefarious. You don't owe allegiance to her. You are in charge of protecting your family first. Nobody else. Instead, you're out there doing everything but that. You don't strike me as a very strong, masculine human being. Let's just put this out there. You don't strike me as somebody very masculine. And I chalk that up to your parents. But you're an adult now. You can change all that. You're going about this like a woman. Feminine. Gossipy. And Marcus Rossi got one thing right. It's definitely soap opera-ish. You're doing everything the way a female would do it. Emotional. You're soft. And the only person that's going to suffer for it is your child. And you're sitting there talking and to everybody else. And while she's in the corner, going through hell knows what in her mind. The whole situation is embarrassing. And I can't say for the church or for Christianity, it's just embarrassing as adults. This is embarrassing. I took the time and I listened to these interactions that he had with his mom. And she's talking and trying to tell him that she's the voice of God. And he's like, he's just sitting there and you hear him talking like he's like a scared child. He's talking to her, but it's like a scared child. Almost as though he was abused too when he was growing up. He does strike me. Look, I'm going to tell you what I read on him. I read something very nefarious. I read on his face that he went through the exact same thing that his child might have gone through. He looks to me as though he had gone through that exact same trauma at the hands of the same people he was talking to, his mother. The way she spoke to him was so degrading and condescending. You can tell just by that conversation that he grew up in an environment where he could not be anything but what they wanted him to be. That's what I see. I see that entire organization as a bunch of manipulating pieces of crap. And now you're seeing a man that cannot stand up for himself, much less the rest of his family. You do it. Come do it. Come shut my mouth. Come shut it. That's what he looks like to me. His entire demeanor, how he sounds when he speaks, all of it sounds like he had been through it. And he's afraid to speak up, even as an adult. He's afraid to speak out. Maybe that is why he's going to the public to do it, so that they can speak on his behalf. So he has some sort of a backing. So he feels a little more brave. Maybe that's it. It still doesn't negate his role. It still does not relieve him of his responsibility. It is not about bringing down Daystar. That's not your priority. Your priority is to make sure that whoever did what your daughter said was done to her is brought to 100% justice, including the ones that were trying to cover it up. And if that be your mother, so be it. So be it. And so what? You stop after the first time? Do you stop after the first time? The fact is, none of this conversation that's been out in the ether right now about Daystar, very little of it has been about what's going to happen in terms of justice for the child. A lot of it has come out now, and the rest of it is just cascaded into everything but. Come shut me up then, full frontal. Come shut me up. Since you can talk so much, come shut me up. I want you to try. Since you're such a man, right, and you can type so tough, come shut me up. Last I checked, I have a free and rightful place to speak as much as I want. Come shut me up. But you are internet clown, right? You can just type, right? You know how to type. That's all you can do is type. You can call me anything you want, but I'm still going to say what I got to say. You can't shut me up. I'm going to say what I want to say and how I want to say it. And there's nothing you can do about it. Good. Then go make your own platform and prove me a fraud. No, but you come in to give me views. Thank you. I appreciate it. You fat-fingered fool. Come on, do something about it. Come do something about it. Come shut me up. Come tell me not to talk about these people. Go protect your gods. Go ahead. Go protect your gods. Maybe you are one of those kids that were diddled by Joni and her husband, huh? You were probably one of the kids that went to Daystar and were diddled by them. And you liked it. And then you grew up to be a man, and all of a sudden now you do it as an adult. That you? You strike me as that kind of person. You strike me as the kind of person that walks the street corners looking for a secondary man. That's why you name yourself Full Frontal. Because you walk around exposing yourself to people. Is that what you do? Is that what you do? Is that why you title yourself that? That would make sense. That would make sense. Full Frontal. What adult man names his channel Full Frontal? What straight adult man would choose to pick a channel's name Full Frontal? Someone needs to check your hard drive. Someone needs to check your hard drive and see if you don't have some kiddie stuff on there, because I guarantee you probably do. I would bet money you have some kiddie stuff on there. I would bet money you do. I bet you do. Full Frontal. Nasty stuff. Call me what you want. You still can't stop me. Say whatever you want, full frontal. You can't stop me. You can't stop me. Not a thing you can do about it. Not a thing. Not a thing. You can't do anything about it, full frontal. So keep trying. If you say so, if you say, hey, tell you what, make a video proving it. Go ahead. Make a video proving it. I'll watch your channel just for that. I will help you get past the 4K mark on your channel so I can help you out. You know, I like to help people out. Go ahead and make one about me. Find all the proof you need. Go make one about me and expose me. Go ahead. But make sure you tag me, though. Don't be a sissy boy and not tag me. Make sure you tag me in it. Make sure you tag me. In any case, you see exactly now how their defenders come out to get them, right? You see how their defenders come out to get them? Their defenders will always come to talk. Always. They adore this kind of stuff. The entire debacle of Daystar is crazy to me. And at the bottom of all of it is the child. At the very bottom. They don't talk about it. They're talking about all the other scandals. But that. Which is insane to me. Goodbye then. I don't care whether or not you believe what I'm saying is vile or not. Nobody cares. You don't have to be here. Nobody's asking you to be here. Not a soul. Not a single person requires you to be here. Literally nobody. Y'all want the soft, sissified version of God, right? You want the soft, sissified version. You don't want the fire and brimstone part. I'll call it as I see it. And this is what I see. I see an organization, not Christian, a organization that's about making money using the name of God. I see an organization that a whole bunch of people subscribe to, give money to, and get nothing back from. I see an organization that seemingly is covering up an assault on a child and trying to deflect in any way, shape, and possible they want. Because if they really were trying to get to the bottom of it, an NDA would be the very last thing they put on the table. That'd be the very last thing. It would be so off the table that they would be cooperating with Jonathan. But they're not. It proves one very big thing. You know what it proves? It more than likely did happen. And you know what else had happened? It happened under the direction and okay of Johnny. That's what it is. And they can sue me all they want. And when they do sue, we can get to the bottom of it with discovery. We'll go all the way back. We will go all the way back. So sure, feel free to sue and sue and sue and sue all y'all want. Sue as many people. In fact, here's what my advice is to these people. Let me tell you what my advice is to these people. My advice is this. If you feel like suing, I hope and pray you do. Because the amount of people that are going to be happy that you did it is going to be astronomical. Because then they now get to do the same thing that you did. Right? Right. This is crazy to me. It is just crazy to me. Then don't watch. Don't watch, you monkey. Don't watch. Why do you all feel like somehow you telling me you're not going to watch is going to affect me somehow? And so I'm like, no, please, please stay. Please stay. I need your views. Please stay. I don't care. I don't care. Jonathan and his wife are absolute trash human beings because they're not making their child the priority. Said what I said, and I'm not moving off of that. You're acting as though what you believe needs to affect me. You act as though what you believe is something that should affect me so deeply that I should be hurt to the point where I ask you and beg you to stay and watch my channel. Y'all get so used to the fact that maybe you are the ones that are so important in the world. You're so important to me that I need to beg you to stay because your fragile feelings are hurt because of the word monkey and stupid, which is what they are. You're so hurt by what I'm saying, then leave. You act as though you are so important to my world that if you left, somehow my whole world will just break apart. You're not that valuable to my world. You don't make my bed. You don't brush my teeth. You don't cook my dinner. You do nothing for me. You talking like, well, I'm just going to leave. You lack discernment. If I lack discernment, then you should leave. If I lack discernment, then you should leave. What don't I understand about the story, Wesley? Tell me what I don't understand about the story. Go, please tell me what I don't understand. What am I missing? You show me where Jonathan is making his daughter the priority here. I'm waiting. Please show me where Jonathan is making his daughter the priority here. I'll wait. Show me. Show me where I'm wrong and tell me what I'm missing and how I don't understand the story. Tell me what I said at the very beginning, since you're so smart. What did I say? I don't care about all the drama. What I am seeing are adults fighting over trash and stupidity, and they're not taking care of the child. So please, Wesley, tell me, what do I not understand? I'm waiting. Come on. Tell me what I don't understand. I mean, you're quick to say this, right? You could put that out there real quick, but I'm asking you a question. What don't I understand? Wesley, come on. Did your thumbs break? Did your thumbs fall off? Is it too cold where you are? Frostbite, maybe. You all are the same people that will want to talk about child trafficking this and what happened with the children over here and children in containers and children of CPS. And when it actually comes down, you see actual evidences of things not being taken care of, where the child is not being made priority. You just don't understand the rest of the story. I'm a father of 5. If one of my children told me that somebody within the confines of the building and within the members of the church touched them inappropriately, there'll be no rock they can hide under. 0 rocks. Straight to the cops, and you better go keep talking to the cops, and I will not stop bugging the cops until justice is served. I wouldn't go to no press. The only time you're going to see me on the press is if I decide to take matters into my own hands. You're going to definitely see me on the TV then. You're going to definitely see me on the TV then. Here's his answer. I watched Marcus Rogers did the story on Daystar. He did the story very good. It's all clear. Jonathan and Susie Lamb exposed. They are good. Daystar is good. Daystar is good. That's what I don't understand, that Daystar is good. Okay, Mr. Daystar is good. Name me one good thing Daystar has done. I'll wait for that one too. Name me a good thing that Daystar has done. I'll wait. That's when I really want to hear. Tell me, what good thing has Daystar done? Tell me what good thing Daystar has done. Y'all want to do this? Let's do this. Let's do it this way. I want to see exactly with this one here. So let's see here. So Marcus Lamb, his net worth is $10 million, right? The network is valued at $230 million. So please tell me, what good have they done with that $230 million? Tell me what good Daystar has done with that $230 million. Show me the house that they live in compared to the people in their, following. Tell me what good they've done. They follow God and everything, right? They're Christian. So tell me what they've done. I'm still waiting for Wesley to tell me what they've done so good, since Daystar is so good. The last time I checked, a rich man walked up to Jesus and asked him, what I got to do? Sell everything. Well, come on now, Jesus. I mean, you want me to sell everything? Yeah, sell everything and then come. You mean you don't want me to keep everything and then start helping once or twice people and give a little bit? No, I want you to get rid of everything. Nah, now we good. I ain't doing all that. But it's good. Now, I don't believe in this whole 2024 as a year of exposure and all that stuff. I don't believe in that. But I do see a lot of stuff coming to light. I see it. I see it. I see it all coming to light. TBN, all of these people are going to eventually crash and burn. You know why? Because what will eventually happen is they'll run out of the grift. This is the prime example of for all the talks that they talk about children this and children that, when it happens in their organization. Look, the same CEO that's over Daystar is the same guy that was working with Morris. Don't you? And I spoke about this some weeks ago. They spoke about this some weeks ago. Why is it that the majority, if not all of them, that have been come out to be exposed for something, all of them seem to have relationship with underage people? Why is it that nearly all of them, and I would probably, at this point, I'm thinking it's every last one that's been exposed, is with underage? Why is that? It's either underaged or homosexual. And you want me to somehow not believe that this happened to this girl? If that's their affinity? If the affinity for these people and all these money organizations calling themselves Christian, their all propensity is towards kids, you don't want me to believe that this happened to this child in that organization? No, exactly. No different. No different. What's the similarity, though, Christy? The Vatican has their own system of money. The Vatican has their own system of money. You just think about it. They have almost an entire nation's worth of money wrapped up in the Vatican. And nearly every scandal that's come out of there is priests with young boys. All these massive, big time conglomerations of Christian organizations, you hear of these people. And all of them go after young. They go after kids. And every time a kid comes forward to say something, they're silenced. The child isn't the one that's being emphasized here. The damage that was done to that child isn't being emphasized here. The drama is. The drama of Daystar was what's going on here. All drama. NDA that, NDA this, control here. Why you left this, adultery here, adultery that. But you want me to believe you care about the kids. And again, because I work with Too Strong too, we see it all the time when we cover these stories. When we cover stories that aim to get to the bottom of it, to help the child, the videos go nowhere because nobody's interested in the justice for the child. But when we make the story about the adult that was involved in damaging the child, listen to me carefully. We'll make a video about the adult and their life and what scandal they were involved in, the same one that abused the child, goes viral, crazy. But talk about the child and the impact it had on the child. That is crazy to me. That is crazy to me. A priest will abuse a child. They don't care about the child. They want to know about the priest. Where did the priest live? What did the priest do before? How did the priest go to school? What did the priest do? And what did the priest? What about the kid? How do we prevent it next time? You know how you prevent it next time? Making an example out of the person that did it. You want to know something about them? I want to know this. Anytime a child is abused and the adult is found guilty, you want to know how you stop the next person from doing it? Castrate them publicly. Publicly castrate them. String them up. And I don't mean castrate them with something sharp. No, like fire ants or something. Something drastic so that the next person thinking about doing it thinks twice. No, you know what they get? They get relocated. They get witness protection. They get maybe 5 months in jail, maybe 2 years if they're lucky. They get probation. They get time served. They get put on a registry. And they get to harm more kids. That's what happens. That's what happens. That is, the reason I reluctantly went into this topic is because of the premise of it. I didn't want to touch it. And I was waiting. I was waiting to see if anything else popped out about what justice was being brought for the child. I kept waiting. I kept waiting to hear more about the case itself when it came to the child. That's what I was waiting on, to hear if they actually brought some sort of charge, justice, something about the kid. I didn't hear nothing. All I saw all over the internet was everybody talking about Joni, talking about Pete, talking about Jonathan, talking about all the adults in this, and not one of them is seeking justice publicly. They're doing everything else publicly, but they're not seeking justice public for the kid. No updates on the case. Nothing. And then when I get mad at that situation, I'm the one not acting right. Nobody ain't getting mad to this level and to the way they came at me for talking about it like this. Because I told you, no one else is talking about it from this accent. Not a soul. Not a soul is talking about it from this angle. Everybody else is talking about it from the angle of Daystar, from the angle of Jonathan, what he went through when he was in Daystar. I I don't get it, man. I just don't get it. I don't understand it. But hey, I'll be fine. I'll be fine with people thinking what they want to think about my approach to this. I'll be fine. I'll be fine. But you're not going to find me trying to get bogged down in the drama of stuff and not worry about the children. It's the same thing. And I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna say it. This might go a little bit longer, but I'm gonna say it. This is where I'm really gonna piss people off, and this is where I'm really gonna lose a whole lot of people. But like I keep telling y'all, the numbers are not my concern. And we will be tackling this on Too Strong, FYI. But this whole nonsense that people say we should talk to and need to talk to Allie Carter. It seems to be an awful lot about her. But she's mentioned some things in her stories about children in containers, and I don't see anybody asking her the best way to find those children. I don't see her divulging any of the information to go find those children. She tells a lot about what's happened to her and about the children she's encountered while in containers, but she hasn't told anybody where to find these children. Nobody's asked her where to find the kids. A containers full of children. So you want to make me believe it's about the children, right? About the innocent ones. All the talk about Diddy, what he did to adults, he did stuff to kids too, and not a soul's asking, where are those kids? Too Strong seemed to be the only person asking about the kids. We made a video asking about the little white girl that he said he adopted and he was talking to on screen. We want to know where she went. Nobody else is asking where she went. We made an entire video asking about the statement he made about make sure you don't bring your kids to this party. Nobody's asking about that. We made a video about the thousands of children just disappearing out of the blue. What's being done to find them? Nobody asking about that. But they care about the kids. And now it's hitting the so-called church. Now it's hitting the so-called church. And nobody wants to ask about where the case is right now. They want to know about the Daystar situation. They want to know about the debacle in the organization, the NDA, the adultery. I get that the hook is children missing. Get it. That's a great hook. Then you read the story. And the story is all about the politics of it. The Wayfair thing came up. It was around for a little bit and then just disappeared after Wayfair said, it doesn't happen. Everybody stopped talking about it. Same thing happened with Walmart. Just stop talking about it. Happens with CPS all the time. Just stop talking about it. Happened at the border. Just stop talking about it. Talk about everything but that. Mention it. Kids are missing. Okay, good. What else? Nothing else. We don't need to talk about anything else. We're going to get to the bottom of it. No, exactly. Maui, nothing. But they'll be happy to harp on changing a child's sex. All day long, they'll talk about that. All day long, they'll talk about making sure to put children in front of drag queens. They'll be happy to speak about kids then. They'll be happy to make sure they put kids in front of the very purpose that causes them to be disappearing and emphasize that, but never put anybody away for doing it. If Daystar really cared, they would shut everything down, open every book, hand over every video, anytime from anywhere on the facility, and hand it over to the police to find out who did what to the kid. But they don't care because they're trying to protect self. That's the fact of the matter. I don't care what the story says. I don't care what their text message says. If Daystar, the entity itself, the people, cared about what kickstarted this, they would shut everything down. This is your family we're talking about, right? Good. You would shut everything down and get to the very bottom of it. And if it was the head honcho himself that did it, you would parade him in the street and say, this is not us. We do not represent him. We don't want anything to do with him. String him up from the highest tree you can find. We disown him. We want nothing to do with this individual because of what he did. And here is all the footage. Put him to the deepest reservoir you can find. They don't do that. You understand why I'm so pissed off at this situation now? Because they're not doing anything in regards to getting to the bottom of the situation with the kid. They wouldn't be out there with the rest of the drama. They wouldn't be putting themselves above it. They're adults. Let's just say, even if you did have an adulterous affair, okay? It's not against the law, okay? Let's put it this way. It's not against the law. Touching a child is. So let's say you're very dumb. You have a lot of dominion over your people in your organization. That's not against the law either. Touching a child is. You have a lot of control over your children that are under you in the job. That's not against the law either. Touching a child is. So as an adult, you can put aside your petty, stupid crap and focus on who did what to the child. Even if you hate your son, it's your granddaughter. Even if it wasn't your child, it's a child. You wouldn't be going to this investigator to talk about the crap in the organization. You just shut it down. Daystar is taking a hiatus from anything else outside of this situation to rectify this. Because if this isn't fixed, what are you preaching to people? If you have this internal crap going on, how are you reaching anybody? This is not look, this is not like someone took $10 out of the collection plate. This is not that. The same way Gateway Church took so long to kick Robert Morris out. Took him forever to do it. And when they did do it, oh, well, we didn't know, but they did know. That's the crazy part. They did know. And they're still open. This has become the MO now. All the talk, you can talk as much as you want about the kids. Make sure you say it a lot, but do nothing. Them too. Mormons, same thing. Muslims, same thing. I want to read this to you to let you all know that my anger and y'all thinking that somehow I shouldn't be speaking the way I spoke, I'm going to let y'all hear from the man himself. I don't want nobody telling me that I'm being too aggressive and too angry. want you to hear what he says about kids, right? And especially the young in faith as well. So the next time you hear me speak in a certain way and you're trying to tell me that I'm not being very Christ-like, I want you to hear something and listen carefully to, it's not me saying this, okay? This is Jesus saying this. If you got a problem with it, take it up with him. If you got a problem with what I'm about to read, you take it up with Jesus. You take it up with your God, right? Take it up with God, not with me. I'm being exactly the way he is. And if you have a problem with that, that's on you. Jesus said, called a little child to him, set him in the midst of them, and said, surely I say to you, unless you are converted and become as little children, you by no means enter the kingdom of heaven. Therefore, whoever humbles himself as a child is the greatest in the kingdom of heaven. Daystar in doing that is no, of course not. Whoever receives a little child like this in my name receives me. But whoever causes one of these little ones who believe in me to sin, it would be better for him if a millstone were hung around his neck and were drowned in the depths of the sea. Woe to the world because of offenses. Did you hear what he said, right? A millstone. I don't know if you're familiar with a millstone, but it ain't light. It ain't light. You ain't pulling that thing off your neck. You harm the kids. It'd be better if a millstone got put around your neck and you drowned to death. So no, I ain't pulling back my speech for none of y'all stupid people out there. I'm not pulling it back. I'm not pulling it back for the morons out there who can't understand that this kind of righteous indignation is warranted. I'm not pulling back my speech because you threaten. I'm going to stop watching. Stop watching. Stop watching. You'd be the one to try and pull the millstone off a pedophile's neck is what you would do. That would be you. You'd be the one stepping in front of the bullet meant for a pedophile. All of y'all, bunch of disgusting people. Reprobates. You want me to think that somehow this dude is being a good parent and how somehow Joni's being a good grandparent. None of them are being anything good. None of them. All this nonsense talk about we care about the kids. We care about the kids. What about the children? You scared more about your reputation. All the people in Daystar are more concerned about their reputation and what they can get from the public looking at them positively than they are about getting to the bottom of this. I told you at the very onset of today, this was not going to be a typical response to this. I told you. I told you that no one is going to have this take. I told you this. And I don't need other people to have this take for it to be true. I'm not looking for accolades for this take. It's my take. And it's my take because I have kids. And if someone were to come, my child, one of them were to come and tell me that what that child told his dad, I don't care if my mama had an affair. That's none of my concern now. Who touched my child? Well, you can't. Who touched my child? I'm giving you one more chance to tell me who touched my child before this entire building burns to the floor. Who touched my child? I want to see every camera. And if you don't hand it to me, I'm bringing the cops so they can find the camera angles. who touched my child. And y'all can go to the police, go to the media and say, this person is saying that we did this. And the next time they come and ask me, I want to know who touched my child. I don't care what else happens. Tell me who touched my kid. Unless y'all want me to take care of this personally, you better pray that the cops find you first. Who touched my child? I don't care about no drama. I don't care about no NDA. I don't care about no control. I don't care about none of that. Just point me to the person that touched my child. And please just show me. Show me. Show me who. And after you show me who, they need to go to jail. And if I find out that you allowed this person, you're going to jail too. I don't need to talk to nobody else. I need to go viral on no video. Just tell me who touched my kid. Look, it'll take a whole different side of me to be calm in that situation. I'm telling you now. You ain't gonna get me sidetracked. You ain't gonna get me sidetracked with whose business is this. No, just get to the bottom of this first. This is massive. Get to the bottom of this. I just know this. Unless I hear differently. And when I say differently, if I don't hear that that father has been doing everything possible to get rid of the person that touched his kid, I'm not changing my viewpoint about him. I'm not. I'm not changing my view. I'm not changing my statements. I'm not pulling anything back. I'm not. I don't want to hear about Daystar's debacle. I don't want to hear about their internal struggle. I don't want to hear about their 501c3 status. I don't want to hear about their income. I don't want to hear about who didn't get paid. I don't want to hear about the adultery. I don't want to hear about the hierarchy. I don't want to hear about who's in charge. I don't want to hear about who was put under. I don't want to hear about none of that. I just want to know who's going to jail for what happened to the kid. Just tell me who. Tell me how long, too. In any case, I'll be back tomorrow. I don't get that one. I really don't get it. I don't get it, Angela. I don't get it. What you just put there makes it even. I don't get it. This. I know grandparents are very protective too. Like I would even go on a limb and say that sometimes grandparents and grandfathers, especially, can be way more protective than parents. Trust, I know that much. But how in the world you gonna hear something could have possibly just remotely happened to your grandchild, and you don't even put an ounce of effort in? Bro, come on, man. You more concerned about your image and your control? That you are okay with your granddaughter suffering in silence traumatically? Ugh. Man alive. That is crazy to me. That is crazy to me. For everybody that's mad at this podcast, be mad. For everyone that's disappointed in my speech, be disappointed. For anybody thinks I should be less angry, keep thinking that. None of your viewpoints, opinions gonna matter to me because none of y'all really care about the things that matter. And I don't care about you so much so that you gonna influence me to stop being what I am. That's passionate. If you don't like it, tough. That's on you. I don't care. I'm not living your life and you ain't living mine. Do you? Thumbs down, unsubscribe, do what you got to do to make yourself feel better. I don't care. I really really don't care, because if this is the breaking point for you, I really don't want you subscribe to this channel. If you are fine with the kinds of crap that's happening in this situation, that tells me you have pedophilic tendencies, and I don't want you subscribe to this channel. I really don't. Or you have abusive tendencies, and I don't want you subscribe to this channel. You're doing me a favor. Because I definitely don't want that vibe around here. I don't. I don't want that pedophile vibe, and I don't want the abusive vibe. Keep that crap to yourself. Go to your grave with it. Take it up with God. Get your own forgiveness. But it ain't gonna be here. You're not bringing that stuff here. You're not. You're not. You're not coming here with a defense of that nonsense. It's not happening. So leave. Feel free to just click that unsubscribe, uncheck the bell, whatever you got to do. Block the channel. Do what you have to do. But you ain't gonna stop me. Nothing you're gonna do gonna stop it. You could wish it, you could hope it, whatever. Heck, I've had people pray for my body to break. I've had people pray that God destroy me. I've had people pray that he breaks my shoulders, destroys me. I've had people, family, pray that on me. It's not stopping nothing. I'm speaking what I know is true. I'm speaking what you can find in the book. I'm speaking what God already spoke. And I'm wishing things on people that Jesus already wished on you. Ain't nothing new. Jesus said, if you touch them, it'd be better if you had a millstone put around your neck and drown. At the bottom of the deepest ocean, millstone will just pull you all the way down. It'd be better than harming one of them. So you do you. You do you. Do what you got to do. I ain't gonna fault you because you believe what you believe. You won't have to figure that out later, though, but I ain't gonna fault you. You do what you got to do. I'll be back tomorrow. We'll be discussing poverty tomorrow, the profit of poverty. I need to change the date on it because I think I messed up the date. Because it's supposed to be for tomorrow, not Friday. because today is Wednesday. Okay, changed. So we'll be talking about that. The profit of poverty. It's going to be twofold. It's going to be twofold. The profit of poverty from the aspect of the way people want to keep people in poverty while they make a profit from it. But the other side is that there is profit in poverty as well, because you are not bogged down by the things that will distract you. So we'll talk about it. The profit of poverty. And unsure about Friday yet. I appreciate you guys. I really do. Everybody has to figure this stuff out for themselves for the story. What you feel is important, what's not important. But this is straight talk, and this is what I value. This is my point of view. You don't have to disagree or agree with it. That's not what I'm doing this for. I'm not doing it so that you will agree. That's on you. I'm not forcing, making anybody, trying to coerce anybody to agree. You do it yourself. It's my point of view. And unless I can hear otherwise from the direct source of those people involved, that they're making the child a priority, they're still trash in my book, and they'll remain trash until they do that. It's just the way it is. I'll see you guys tomorrow. I'll see you on Savage Patriots today at 6:30 Eastern. Make sure you join us. We'll see you then. Wisdom calls to you from the streets, so please, please, please find wisdom. Peace.
Hold tight the dreams, for if dreams die, rely on yourself and no way. Believe